Good morning. For my brain project, I picked an iconic character, Judge Holden from the Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy.
What the hell?
Judge Holden is the textbook definition of a psychopath. I mean, literally everything he does resonates psychopathic behavior. He's intelligent beyond any level of comprehension, incredibly articulate, and extremely manipulative. He uses his knowledge to control and dominate others without remorse nor a second thought. Regardless of how he acts, he shows no empathy, remorse, or regard for human life.
Are you sure?
Holden takes pleasure in violence and destruction, treating people more as objects than actual life. His lack of conscience and his cold rationality makes him a psychopath on multiple levels. Now, to begin, I'd give Holden extreme brain asymmetry, which means that the right hemisphere of his brain is larger than the left. The right hemisphere is typically associated with pattern recognition, spatial awareness, and hostility. For Holden to have such moral detachment and unpredictable intelligence, I'd assume the right hemisphere of the brain is slightly enlarged. Next, we have the prefrontal cortex, which I'd classify as overdeveloped, dense, and also enlarged. This is because it's responsible for decision-making, reasoning, planning, and morality.
What the hell?
All of these things Holden has an immense control over, and therefore may have a more developed prefrontal cortex. Now, for the third and fourth, we have underdeveloped regions of the amygdala and overdeveloped regions of the hippocampus. The amygdala processes fear and aggression, primarily, which Holden lacks. And the hippocampus is responsible for things like memory and context. Holden has extremely good memory, being able to recall so much information. He's often referred to as the walking library. Whilst being able to recall this information, he often strips it of context or moral and emotional meaning. Furthermore, Holden would most likely have a rigid, overdeveloped cerebellum, like that of a predator, explaining his inhuman-like motor coordination and general presence. On top of this, Holden would have a shriveled or smaller anterior cingulate cortex. This part of the brain deals with human empathy, conflict, and motivation, all of which I believe Holden lacks. Without that meaning in his life, he's grown into the psychopath he is today. Lastly, Holden would have bigger Broca's and Wernicke's areas, which process, comprehend, and produce language. Holden is able to recall language at will, no matter what tongue you speak, which contributes to his enlarged hippocampus as well. He often twists language and erases meaning, providing him the persuasive power of a manipulator.